Hey guys, what's up? It's me. Today I'm just going to be showing you all how to take care of a fire-bellied toad, or a FBT, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so I have a fire-bellied toad at home. His name's Perry, and yes, I name my frogs. It's different than a fish. I wouldn't name my fish, but I would name my frogs, which might seem a little bit weird, but yeah. So the first thing in a toad care, it depends on how many you have. I have one, so I keep it in one of those 15-quart plastic containers. You know what those are? Those hold moisture a lot better than the glass terrariums or the plexiglass ones, so save yourself some money and get those if you have a frog. I'm not saying get that if you have like a fire-bellied dragon or something. Yeah, that would be dumb. Unless you got like a really big one. But yeah, anyway, this frog is, well, it's not an is, it has an instinct that it changes color. It's like a chameleon. The skin, it either has really dark green or really light green, like the one in the picture. And all of them have fire-bellied stomachs, or undersides, or whatever. But yeah. Anyway, do not handle these frogs unless you absolutely have to, because they have a mild toxin on their skin. And yeah, they won't bite you like a Pac-Man frog will, but I just don't pick them up unless you have to. I got mine for $8, really cheap bargain from a breeder. Yours could go anywhere from 20 to 30. Depends on where you get it. I got mine at Repticon, and I got a special deal, so don't expect to get that. Feeding. These frogs are very easy to maintain. Just give them something to climb and a big water. Actually, I'll get to that in a second. Right now, I'm on feeding. When you're feeding these, you need to give them 3 to 4 small to medium crickets, depends on how big they are, every 2 days. Yeah, it's important that you don't overfeed them so they don't get fat, or they won't move as fast, and they'll just sit there, and it's not good for them. Just try not to do that. Caging. You want to give them plenty of leaves, plenty of things to climb, and also you want it to be semi-aquatic. That means you want a big water dish in the bottom, because as they get older, they will spend more of their time in the water. When they're young, they'll mostly climb, so expect that. Don't think there's something wrong with your frog. When you're feeding them, you should dip the crickets in calcium powder. You don't have to do this. I don't do it because I don't need to. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, these frogs can live up to 9 years if well taken care of. So yeah, expect that. Let's see, there's something else. Yes, what you need to do with your frog, and almost all frogs, is have a background. Like a background image, or you can have those styrofoam things that they can climb. Some terrariums have that, but you have to make your own. They don't make them. Yeah, background, you can get them at a pet store for like $10. They're an adhesive stickers that goes on the back so your frog feels at home. It's important for your frog's health mentally, not physically. No special lighting is required, so don't go out and spend $30 on a heat lamp. But yeah, you need to clean out their water well, it depends. I have a water dish, a really big water dish, like a huge one for them to swim in and drink out of. I have to change that every few days. If yours is mostly aquatic, you'll have to change it every maybe 2 weeks, depends on how big. If you have them in a 40-gallon, you'll need to change that probably every 2 weeks. If you have like a 20-gallon, you'll need to change it every week. If it gets dirty. If it doesn't, then just leave it. yeah, do not use sand for this frog or any other frogs. Frogs like these, they have muscles in their hind quarters and their legs. If they keep them stretched out too long, like when they're trying to hop on the sand, but the sand is slippery and they can't do it, keep your frogs away from slippery, because if they do that too long, their legs will just stretch and like they won't be able to use them anymore. So be careful of that. You do not need to provide them a extra water bowl for drinking. As long as you have water in their tank, like a water something for them to swim in, they'll be okay. They drink through their skin. Make sure that it's not too deep and that they can get out. Provide a lot of plants, because I always catch mine sleeping on a leaf at night. They love the plants. If I were you, I wouldn't put live plants, just because of the fact that the frogs like to dig it up and the dirt is not safe for them. If you want a substrate, either get some of those Eco Earth or the cocoa fibers, or you can get Fluker's, what was it called? Fluker's moss. Fake moss is great for these frogs, because as long as you keep it moist, they'll stick together so that they cannot swallow all they're eating. And besides that, I don't feed mine in its cage. I put mine in a separate tank for feeding, so I don't have to worry about that. Make sure you do not pair these frogs with any other frogs. You can pair them with fish in their water. You can pair them with newts. You can pair them with just about anything that lives in the water completely. But if you pair them with a different kind of frog, they'll fight, and this frog will probably kill the other one because it has a mild poison. And one of your frogs is just going to end up missing, I'm just saying. Yeah. That is how to take care of a fire-bellied toad. Please comment, rate, subscribe.